3D Harry Potter acrylic nail art tutorial by Hotpinkzebrapolish. Hi everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I did this Harry Potter inspired nail, and aside from the Harry Potter, if you aren't a Harry Potter fan but you're just watching it anyway, thanks for that by the way, but it's the background, this gorgeous gradient that almost looks like a cat eye. It's just absolutely stunning from black to the edges and then white in the center. It's not a smooth gradient, it's just a sort of soft, smoky swirl gradient. I love that. That's maybe one of my favorite backgrounds I've ever done. So after I saw that, I was almost hesitant to add anything to it because it was just gorgeous. So if you do this nail and you do this in a set, I would definitely create that gradient on the other nails just because it's so gorgeous and it looks so deep and almost like it's, I don't know, a cosmos or something. I love it. I love it. So I just wanted to share that too. And it's got all sorts of Harry Potter things and little ornaments on top of it. So I hope you like that if you are a Harry Potter fan. And don't forget to click subscribe to my future videos as well. So to begin with, to create that gorgeous background that I mentioned, I'm going to start with just some teal wet acrylic down the center of the nail. And then before that has set, I'm going to just take some white and plop that down in the middle, and then with the tip of my brush, really loosely blend it together. So I'm not trying to create a smooth, perfect gradient. I want it foggy looking and with different depths to it, as I mentioned. So just really blend them together, but don't overblend it. I hope that makes sense. So then I'm going to add a little bit more of that teal to the side, and then right along the edge of the nail I'm going to be adding some black. And since this is a stiletto nail, it's going to get progressively less, it's not going to be as dark at the tip of the nail as it is up near the cuticle, just so that it's not like at the base, because then it would just be black and white and almost stripes. You want it to keep that soft gradient. So I missed a portion of this recording after this. After you have your gradient done and you have it just how you like it, apply a layer of clear acrylic over the top to add the strength. I did not do the entire nail strength and all in this color acrylic at the bottom. For one thing, this is a very inexact process, so it's not going to have a good shape to start with. So you really do need to add that layer of clear to make sure that it is properly proportioned. And then I'm going to be filing it with a 180 grit file to remove any lumps, bumps, and imperfections, as there probably will be some, just since that first layer was a little wonky. So now with some black gel paint, I'm going to be adding just a little lightning bolt for the lightning bolt scar. It's kind of like a stretched out N. Cure that, and then I'm going to be burnishing in some gold chrome powder, removing the dust, and applying a layer of gel sealer over the top of that and throwing that into my lamp to cure. So I'm just going to set that nail to the side for the time being, and I'm going to start working on all the decorations. To make the snitch, I started with just a circle of white acrylic on a nail form backing. The color of acrylic doesn't matter what color it is. Paint some black gel paint over the top of it, chrome powder that's gold, burnish, remove, all of that stuff, and then apply gel sealer over the top of it. So it's the same process with the gold chrome powder, just like you did with the lightning bolt. So then with silver acrylic, I'm going to be adding the wings to the snitch. And so the reason that I'm using silver acrylic here instead of doing it with the silver chrome powder is because it's hard to get multiple layers of chrome powder on the same thing because they would like to kind of blend together. But if you have silver acrylic that's metallic enough, I would recommend using that instead of a chrome powder. And I do have a good silver acrylic. I don't have a good silver or a good gold acrylic, so that's why I did it the way that I did. So now to make the glasses, start with two little circles of clear acrylic on a nail form backing. Everything I'm doing here is pretty much going to be on a nail form backing. You could also use a piece of plastic, a nail form itself, or any sticker packing, all of that'll work. After you have those little circles of the clear acrylic, I'm going to be outlining them with some black gel paint just to add those frames. And you want to make sure that you do leave the center of the glasses clear because you're going to see that foggy background through them that way. So I'm outlining them, and when I place them on the nail form backing, I place them the correct distance apart to make the frames around. And so you could also do it where you paint the frames first and then add the clear acrylic on top of it. But it really doesn't matter at all. You can do it either way you like. So then after you have that layer on there, go ahead and cure that. And you can touch up the outside a little bit with some isopropyl alcohol in your brush and just sort of remove what's in the wrong place. But then cure that layer and add a second coat to it. The gel paint does have a puffy consistency to it once it's cured, but it's not going to be thick enough to really support that acrylic until it's got a couple coats on it. So 2 coats should be perfectly fine. So now I'm going to be making the handle of the broom with more of that wonderful black gel paint, and I'm going to just paint that first, sort of a really long Z shape with just a little bit for the part that goes around the bristles, one coat, then do a second coat. After the second coat's cured, burnish in gold chrome powder, remove the dust, and you guessed it, apply a layer of gel sealer and cure it one last time. My gel paint dries, or not dries, but cures without a tacky layer, which is really helpful for doing the chrome powder because you don't have to add a no wipe top coat. You just go straight to the powder, which is so beneficial and makes things so much easier. So if you do find one of those, hang on to it and make sure that you use that because it's going to make this whole process easier. And then with bronze, I added the little bristles of the broom. So now to make the wand, I'm going to start with the same bronze acrylic that I used for the bristles of the broom. Is that the right word? Bristles? I don't know. I think that's the right word. And I'm just going to do a really long, skinny line of that bronze acrylic. These things are not proportionate. These are not in the right proportions because if you were to do that and make a broom and glasses, you wouldn't be able to see the glasses because they'd have to be so small, or the broom would have to be humongous on the nail. So I figured I would just forego making sure that everything was proportional and do it the size that I thought would look the best on the nail. So now that you have all your pieces done, you can peel them off that nail form backing. They should just pop off real easy. And with my favorite substance in the world, nail glue, I'm going to be gluing them into place. Before I did this off camera. I just set them in place where I thought they should go because once you have them on there with the nail glue, there's no removing them without breaking them and filing and almost starting from scratch. So really plan out where you're going to place them before you start gluing them on, just so that you know that you're not going to have issues once you're gluing them on if all of a sudden things are in the wrong place and they're just not looking right. Now, as you can see with the broom, because the handle of the broom is that gel paint, it bends, it's flexible. That's the difference between like a color gel and a gel paint. Color gel is going to cure and it's going to be stiff and hard, much like acrylic, whereas this gel paint still is more like a gel polish that's thick. It's like a thick gel polish. So it retains that flexibility that is really helpful in certain circumstances like this. So then with clear acrylic, after all my little pieces are glued on, I'm going to be filling in behind them. Just because if you don't do that, they're going to be really catchy on things. They're going to break. They're all very thin. And so doing this is going to make it significantly more wearable, and even if you're not wearing it, if you're going to stick it in a box like I do, it's not going to break in that box. A while ago, one of the first things I did where I made a piece off the nail and put it on, I made a panda that was holding a piece of bamboo. And the bamboo was long and skinny and thin, and I did not put any clear acrylic underneath it, and it broke. It did not break on camera, and it broke later after I had all the footage I needed, but it broke and it was very disappointing. I did fix it, and I learned that you must do that even if you're not planning on wearing it because it's just better that way. And so now with white paint, after all of those things have all of their little acrylic underneath them, I'm going to be highlighting the little bits of silver on the snitch and then the lenses of the glasses, and then with black I'll add the details to the snitch, a couple little details in the wings, and then a couple little lines across the wand to really define those ridges that we made, as well as the bristles in the broom. And then I'm going to be applying a matte top coat over just about everything except for the glasses. They get a glossy gel sealer just because you want those to have a clarity and shine. So then after you have all that done, you are all set to go. Like I said, this background is just stunning, and you could do this with any color you want. And if you had a metallic color for the teal base, that would look stunning. So I hope you like this. Don't forget to share your creations with me on Facebook and Instagram. I'd love to see them, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!